While Blastworks may have my favorite Wii startup screen, this game has my favorite title screen.
Let's go, make a roll call. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. Excuse you, move.
Left to right,
Slide.
slide your hands,
Move.
back and forth.
Slide. It's time to roll your dice. Life is like a game. What you gotta do is what you wanna do. If this how she go wrong, everybody move your body.
At least the game starts up good, but after that the game becomes very average. You choose from 8 pre-made teams, but there really is a difference between the teams since some of the team members have less power in their hits or slides. The controls in the game were hit and miss. In some of the games they were pretty tight, but in others they were completely loose and almost unplayable. Since there's a lot of games to talk about, I'm just going to cut right to the chase and show you each of them from best to worst. Curling is a Canadian game where you slide a stone marker down an ice lane towards a circle target. Only the markers close to the middle of the circle will count. The icy lanes make the game already challenging, but you can make the lanes even more smooth by brushing the ice in front of the marker. The controls work just perfectly in this one, and it's quite fun. Figure skating may be boring to watch, but it also can be extremely fun to play. The controls are simple. Follow the dots, and when you enter the circles, waggle the Wiimote. But it's a lot harder than it looks, since they give you more points the closer you are to the middle of the circle. Archery is entertaining since you really don't have to have much skill in playing it. Just line up the target and shoot. It gets a little bit harder when round by round they back you up. Badminton is a great game, not just because the game is simple to play and enjoy, but because I can say the word shuttlecock without bleeping myself. The controls are a bit loose, and it never feels like you're actually controlling the power of the hits. Slalom is a game where you're skiing down the mountain. It's not bad nor good, it's merely average. The controls were fine, I just wish it was easier to do tricks. Beach volleyball plays the same as badminton, and it controls just the same as well. You can never quite tell how much power you're putting into a hit, and I also had problems judging distances with my characters. Basketball. This game plays like a normal basketball game. Unfortunately, the controls seem to only work when they feel like it. It only read passes and basket shoots if you really jerk the Wiimote hard. Kart racing plays just like Mario Kart Wii, as it has you turn your Wiimote and hold it like it was a steering wheel. The controls aren't as good as Mario Kart's though, and it's not precise enough to make the game enjoyable. Plus the tracks are bland and boring. Motocross is also controlled like Mario Kart as well, but it's even more hard to control your motorcycle on this one. And while the tracks are a bit more fun to play on, it doesn't matter because the game is too frustrating to play thanks to the controls. The last and definitely least is soccer. Not only is the game boring to watch and play, like in real life, it controls awful. While it's fairly easy to pass the ball, to actually try and score the ball, it's very hard since it didn't read my waggles accurately. And just like badminton and beach volleyball, you can never quite tell how much power you're putting into a shot. In single player, they give you many options to play with. You can play the games by itself, or compete in a tournament, or even join in a league and play other teams to see who can get the most points in all the events. There's even a challenge mode where they give you a set goal for each of the events, and you have to get the top score. Of course, you can play multiplayer up to 4 different people, and it works just fine. The game has a few good games, but most of them aren't especially fun to play. There are maybe 3 out of the 10 games that I might go back and play on a consistent basis. So this game is worth a rent, but not a buy.